So today I'm going to be sharing with you pancakes, French toast, raspberry and lemon muffins, blueberry muffins, breakfast burritos, omelet breakfast sandwiches, smoothie packets, bagel breakfast sandwich, an egg casserole, and country breakfast bowls. That's a lot. You don't have to do all that. I'm just giving you an idea. And all the recipe links will be down below for you, okay? I'll try to find something like it or the recipe that I actually got it from. Okay friends, are you ready for week 1? Okay, aprons on, let's go. All right, first thing I'm gonna start off with, because it's easy and it could cook while I'm making other things, are pancakes. And we love the crusties, light and fluffy. You just add water, it just makes the process easier. So I'm just gonna make up a whole batch of these while I get going on another meal. If you have your favorite pancake from scratch recipe, of course, go ahead and use it. But this is quick for me, but I have some other meals that are gonna be very tedious to make, so I went with the easiest thing. While the pancakes are cooking away, I'm going to brown up this whole big thing of Jimmy Dean sausage. This is 48 ounces, so 3 pounds of sausage. And I'm just gonna do it in this big pot, and then I'll drain it, and we're gonna add it to a lot of recipes. I'm gonna use this nifty tool that I got from Pampered Chef, and because it just gets in there and grinds it all up. I love this tool. Okay, that sausage is all cooked and drained, ready to add into some recipes. So let's start on some French toast. I'm just gonna load up a bowl full of eggs, some milk, cinnamon, vanilla, and nutmeg. I'm not measuring. I like to use a good like Texas toast or really good bread for my French toast, but I got some Sara Lee bread on sale for super cheap, and I'm just gonna do some cheap bread today and use it up. It's not my favorite, but I just grabbed this and we're gonna do this time. Alright, I'm going to write on these bags pancakes and French toast. So with the French toast, what you could do is you could either cut your bread in thirds and then dip them and cook them, and then you have French toast dippers, or you could just make them like this, cut them later. Send the kids out to school with a paper cup, fill it with some maple syrup or pancake syrup. Put your French toast dippers in there, and they could walk down to the bus stop and eat their breakfast. All right, let's fill up the pancake bags. I might just keep this bag in the refrigerator with the leftover French toast that I'm not freezing. And then we've got breakfast for the week and future breakfasts in the freezer. All right, time to cook up some bacon. Oh, it smells so good in here with the bacon, yum. So I'm gonna do 2 packages of this. Now I'm going to start on some breakfast burritos. So I am going to just load this bowl up with eggs, whip them up, and get them into the skillet. The eggs are done. I did 2 dozen, nice and fluffy, to add to the breakfast burritos. All right, I'm gonna roll up these burritos, and then I'm going to wrap them in plastic wrap. I am horrible at rolling up a burrito, but oh well. So these are gonna go in here, and this is a quick meal. They could just wrap it in a paper towel and microwave it for like 30 seconds to a minute. When Callie was in high school, this was one of her favorite things to have in the morning, especially during volleyball season. All right, I'm gonna put these in the freezer, and then this one I am just going to keep in here, and they can eat them either for breakfast for dinner tonight or tomorrow morning. All right, breakfast burritos are done. I'm gonna share with you a muffin that I just found on Pinterest. I haven't tried them yet. They're called lemon raspberry muffins. So we're gonna need 2 bowls, but in this bowl, we're gonna need 2 eggs. We're gonna need the juice and the zest of 1 lemon. I can't find my juicer that squeezes this for the life of me. So I'm just going to squeeze this in by hand and do the best I can. I have this little grater here, so I'm just going to start grating, but I don't want to get too much of the white of my lemon because that's where it gets bitter. Add a 1/2 cup of canola oil, a 1/2 cup of milk, a 1/2 cup of sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla. We're gonna whisk this all together. We're gonna grab another bowl. Into our bowl, we're gonna add a cup of rolled oats. Next, we're gonna add a 1.5 cups of flour. 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Okay, we're gonna add a dash of salt. Let's give these dry ingredients a mix. We're gonna take our wet mixture and blend it with our dry mixture. We're gonna mix it till it's combined. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here, and we're gonna add our raspberries. Look how gorgeous these raspberries are. They're washed and dried, and you're gonna need a cup, which is pretty much this container, which is 6 ounces. So we're gonna add those in. You can spray or line your muffin tin. These are gonna bake for 15 to 20 minutes until golden brown. All right, let's get them in the oven. Next is the omelet breakfast sandwiches. So add whatever you would like to this. I'm adding chopped green peppers, onions, mushrooms, and spinach. While you're prepping your vegetables, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Lightly spray a jumbo muffin tin, and trust me, you want a jumbo one. I've tried it in a regular muffin tin and it makes the eggs too big. Crack an egg into each well, season them up with some salt and pepper, and then carefully break the yolk open. Mix in your veggies, or whatever it is that you want in it. Bake for 25 minutes. When they're done, just loosen the eggs around the edges, remove them, and let them cool. So for this sandwich, you could use bagels or English muffins. I'm going to use an English muffin. I'm also going to be using some Canadian bacon and some cheddar cheese. Use whatever you like. First, I'm going to add the Canadian bacon, the omelet, and top it with the cheese. I'm going to wrap these up in saran wrap, put them in a big Ziploc bag, get the air out, and pop them in the freezer. So the next thing I'm working on are smoothie packets. I was thinking of making individual ones, but I thought, nope. So what I am doing is combining all the frozen fruit that I have in my freezer together. I'm going to mix them all up. So whenever fruit starts to go bad, especially my strawberries, I pop them in the freezer. So I decided on this day that I was just going to mix everything up, even with some frozen spinach that I have. Whenever our spinach is starting to wilt, or our power greens, kale, all of that, I'll throw it in the freezer because you can use it later in your smoothies. So I put this all together, mixed it all up, and then I just threw it in some big Ziploc bags. So all I have to do is, when we want smoothies, is spoon in the amount that we want. I have done this before where I made it with individual packets. It's fine, but I was losing steam on this day and I decided, nope. So basically it's a big bag of smoothie mix that I'm making. All right, let's make some country breakfast bowls. Now you can use russet potatoes, but I'm gonna use what I have on hand, which is a package of golden potatoes and red potatoes. We're gonna cube those up. And to a bowl, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil, a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, but I think I'm gonna do a teaspoon. It's garlic, yum. Some salt, and some black cracked pepper, or pepper, whatever you wanna use. All right, we're gonna give this a toss. So preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You're gonna put this out on a baking sheet with foil. You can give a little spritz of non-cooking spray, add your potatoes on, and then you can cook them for 45 minutes to an hour. So let's scramble up some eggs for these bowls. All right, let's make these bowls. We have the potatoes, they have cooled down. I have some salsa from my favorite store that makes their own salsa, yum. Scrambled eggs, shredded cheese, and then I got these containers that have lids from Amazon, and I'll link them down below, but I am just gonna start ladling them in. First with the potatoes, with some salsa on top, the eggs, and the cheese. These are gonna be for Derek. I don't even know if I'll have enough to fill all 6, we'll see, but I have a feeling we won't. I bet I won't, like, seriously. We'll see. But he runs out the door every morning, and so having these freezer meals on hand are awesome. But this he could take out the night before, and I can help him put it in the refrigerator the day before, or he could bring it to work straight from the freezer and just heat it up. Use your favorite salsa. I'm not drenching it, I'm just placing some. And now you can do this bowl in so many ways. With your potatoes, you could have roasted them up with some onions and peppers. There's so many ways that you can make this. Do you know how much this breakfast would cost you if you went out and ate in the morning? All right, we're gonna add some cheese to this. Now, you could get containers that are half this size, and you could have 8 servings. So it all just depends on how you want to do it, but this is perfect for Derek. He will have 4 hearty breakfasts. All right, I'm gonna add the lids on and get them in the freezer. These containers are reusable, and if you are, or you could toss them away, but Derek does a pretty good job of bringing them home, and we'll use them again, wash them up. Now they're microwave safe, which is awesome. And they are also made to go in your freezer. I have been enjoying these so much. All right, I have some bagels, some Canadian bacon. I'm gonna use up some white American cheese that I already have in my refrigerator that needs to get used up. And then here we have some eggs. And that griddle is amazing. I got it from Walmart, and look at that. I've never had a griddle that did a fried egg so well. Like, I didn't have to spray it or anything. I'll leave a link down below. Just gonna open these bagels up and just start layering them. And these are mini bagels, which work, I think, perfect for the eggs. I just made sure that I cooked the yolk all the way through. I didn't want a very leaky egg. Now I'm gonna add the bacon, and Paige is going crazy for this. In fact, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the Canadian bacon at the bottom. All right, and then add whatever cheese you like. We're doing the good old white American. Oh, these are gonna be gooey, cheesy, yummy. Oh my goodness. Yum. Okay, I'm gonna assemble the other 5, and then we're gonna wrap them up in saran wrap. Use any boxed blueberry mix if you don't want to whip out your flour and your sugar and all your other ingredients. If you would like to make some freezer muffins, just go to the store, add an egg, some water and oil, and there you go. Okay, just let these cool and then bag them up and you're ready to go. When the kids want one in the morning, they just take one out, let it sit out for a while. It doesn't really take long to thaw out. If you want to speed up the process, you can put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds. This is such an easy freezer breakfast. All right, let's make an egg casserole. We're gonna need a dozen eggs beaten up. I love an egg casserole or a breakfast casserole, whatever you want to call it. It's one of our favorite things to have on Christmas morning. So yummy. And it's really good to have on Thanksgiving morning because it is filling, but enough goes a long way. Like, because you know you're gonna be having that big meal, and Yeah, so it's also good to make. You can make this the night before and leave it in your refrigerator, you know, all wrapped up, and then in the morning, preheat your oven and bake it up. You can even bake this the night before, let it cool, stick it in your refrigerator. People can heat it up when they want some. So yeah, yep. I am a night before girl. I'd rather do things, because I'm a night owl, I'd rather do things in the night. Oh, there goes that egg. As I was saying, I am a night owl, and I'd rather do stuff at night and have an easier morning, because I am not a morning person. I just try, but whatever. All right, I'm gonna whip this up. So this is day 2 of making these freezer meals. So I have all the leftover sausage from yesterday here and some bacon. I have some peppers. You could throw red peppers in here, onions, whatever you want. I also have some cheese. All right, so you're going to have your oven preheated to 350 degrees, okay? Now I'm just going to take an aluminum pan. These are your best friends. I get these at the Dollar Tree and Sam's Club. You can get them in bulk for a really good price. We're gonna take some bread. This is some Sara Lee bread, that cheap bread that I used for the French toast. I had one more loaf left that we're gonna use up in this. Gonna need 7 slices, and we're just gonna tear this up into chunks. I love having breakfast casseroles on Sundays because we have church early, and it's just so great to put this in the oven while you're getting ready for church, and then you can eat it right before you go. You get all these yummy proteins, and it beats the kids saying, "I'm hungry" in church. So I love this on Sundays. To me, this is a Sunday breakfast meal. So we can pull this out the night before, and you could cook it cold, frozen. It just takes longer. Okay, you could use like 1 1/2, like 1.5 pounds of sausage if you want. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm gonna use all of this. We'll see. I do want some bacon in here because we are bacon people. We love both. I am killing Paige, our sweet little puppy. She is like, I smell sausage, I smell bacon. I would put onions in this, but I really want the green peppers to kind of be the star of the show here. I am gonna put some onion powder in here. I'm gonna put some cheese in here. I think I have more cheddar. I'm gonna go check my refrigerator because I wanna save this for the top. Woohoo, let's get it in the oven. All right, so again, this is going to bake at 350 degrees for 15 minutes uncovered, and we're gonna bake it until it's golden brown and bubbly. I made this breakfast casserole differently. I followed a new recipe. It's basically everything that I use in mine, but they just wanted you to pour it on top of the egg mixture, which is weird because not all the bread got coated in with the eggs. That is fun. All gonna be delicious. So this looks a little different than mine. Oh, but the bottom, the eggs are fluffy. Look at, no sticking. It's gonna be delicious. So, okay, I'm gonna let this cool. We'll wrap it up and we'll stick it in the freezer. Even if you don't freeze them, just make a couple of these breakfasts, put them in your refrigerator and grab them in the morning and do all that jazz. But knowing that my kids could go in there, grab something, microwave it really quick. Okay, thank you for joining me. We'll see you soon. Bye.